Good morning from State Adventures. Carolina Gilcapi here. Let's talk about Brazil. I'm going to share my screen. We can go through the itinerary together so you can understand the logistics and how everything works. Here is the trip that we have planned for the end of December over the holiday season. Of course, this is a private trip, so you can change the dates. You can tweak things around. Just let me know what works and what doesn't. That's the idea of a custom trip that is made to be yours. So for your particular dates, you're going to arrive on December 21st to Brazil, to Rio. Rio is a massive city. It's a really wonderful city that's on the ocean, also has the jungle nearby, lots of activity and energy in the city itself. So when you arrive, our team will be waiting there with a sign with your name on it, a private car outside, and we'll whisk you away to take you to your hotel, which will be in Copacabana. So this is a great aerial view of the city. And you can see some of the attractions here, but also all the hotels are lined up and down the beach, Copacabana Beach, Ipanema Beach. There's so many different wonderful neighborhoods, but we like to choose Copacabana so you can have access to the beach, to restaurants, to cafes throughout your visit. So we'll take you to the hotel, check you in, and then we're going to go off to Sugarloaf Peak so you can get some beautiful views, so you can get a glass of champagne or anything that you would like to drink up there and just really start on the right foot. We also will arrange lunch for you at Tropky Beach Club. I love this location. It's right in the sand. So after lunch, you can take a walk. You can really get to see life in Rio. Everything is arranged for you, all the entry tickets, all the transportation, English speaking guide who's from Rio, who's going to show you really the highlights of his or her city. So it really makes it a special experience. Then go back to the hotel and you can rest. So Tropky would be like right there somewhere and you can walk around. Arena Lema is a great hotel on Copacabana. It has great views. Most hotels here will have rooftops, so you can enjoy, sunrises, sunsets, a drink here after dinner. So it's a really great location. You can literally walk out and explore. And the next morning, if you see under each day, there's a BL, BLD, that stands for the meals that we have arranged for you. So breakfast will always be at the hotel. We always arrange breakfast and all taxes, everything that the hotel needs. We pre-arrange it so you don't have to pay anything out of pocket when you check in or out, except for your personal expenses. And then you're going to go to Corcovado, see Christ the Redeemer. If you notice, we split that tour of Rio into two because Rio traffic is crazy. So we don't like to have you spend too much time in a car. We want you to explore the city. So we split one side of the city and see Corcovado on one day and Christ the Redeemer on another day. So really beautiful experience, very popular here. And the guide will take you all the way up to the Christ. You have a train ride. You have an opportunity to go on a short hike. So it's a really nice day and you can make it your own. And then we're going to take you to lunch at Casa Camolese. This is a great outdoor kind of brewery restaurant, but the beauty of it is that it backs up to the racetrack. So while you're having lunch, you can see horses racing. You can taste local beers. It's a great little location in a really hip part of Rio, great neighborhood. And then the afternoon free for yourself. And then the following day, you have a day at leisure. But what I've included on that day is a surfing lesson with a local teacher. I think this is such a great addition to anything, to any visit to Rio, because you will see surfers in the water from morning to night. So it's so fun on your third day to actually get in the water with a professional and kind of, get your feel for the sport. So you private tour just for the two of you. Oops, sorry, I'm fixing that typo for you. And the rest of the day is free. So you can go exploring, you go shopping if that's what you like to do. Or if you need assistance with arranging something else, just let me know. We can do some active tours like biking or 4x4s. We can go out on a boat, or I think maybe boats won't work for you, but there's many different opportunities in Rio, but it's a great city itself. if you are interested in the carnival, in samba, in that whole culture, and you will be there literally 2 months before carnival, so it's going to be really festive. We have a carnival experience where you get to go to the warehouses where they build the massive floats that are going to go down the parades. So if that's of interest to you, we can arrange a visit there. But I suggest having some time to explore Rio as well. So on December 24th, we're going to start traveling. We're going to check out of the hotel in Rio and go to Paraty. Paraty is about a 3-hour ride away from Rio. It's down the Green Coast, and it's like a world away. It is where the jungle meets a beautiful coast filled with little islands. There are monkeys and, dolphins and turtles. It's like a natural marine reserve, but the town itself is extremely charming. And I put this photo because I just love this town. It seems like just this little forgotten town, but there's so much culture here. There's galleries, there's art, there's live music every night. There's fantastic restaurants and cuisine. There's a great cooking class here. There's so many different things in Paraty, and it's actually quite an elevated town. They hold the largest literary festival of South America in this tiny little town, I believe, during the summer months. So great little place filled with very interesting people, and it's backed up by the jungle and waterfalls and facing beautiful islands and beautiful water. So it's a very interesting place. So you're going to be there for a few days. So upon arrival, we're going to pick you up or, check you into the hotel and then have a walking tour of Paraty so you kind of get your bearings, get to see where everything is. It's a local guide that will show you that. You're going to stay at a posada. Posada is a traditional Brazilian hotel. So it's used to be a mansion that was changed into a bed and breakfast kind of style hotel. Really wonderful, lots of local charm, and it's right in the center of town, so you can walk everywhere. And then on the 25th, we usually rent a boat and take you out island hopping. If boating is not something that you enjoy, then we have a biking tour to see waterfalls, to go down the famous trails of Paraty, to see, just all the highlights, but on bicycles. So if that's something that interests you, we can do that. And that is what I've included. So let me know how you feel about going out to the islands. We can also arrange that as well. You have the time. And then there's a cachaça distillery here. Cachaça is the Brazilian liquor. So you can kind of get to see how they make that from the sugarcane. And then on the following day, on our last day in Paraty, because we're so close to the rainforest, we're going to take you deeper into the rainforest so you can meet one of the communities that still lives in the jungle here. This is one of my favorite experiences. I love visiting local people. You really get a sense of the history and kind of the culture and, all those cultures that collide in Brazil. This is just one of them. And it's really interesting to see indigenous people, how they live, learn about their ways of life in the jungle, and we'll arrange lunch there, and then you'll have this experience. So go through this and let me know what you think, what sounds good, what you would like to add or change. Of course, we can do that. I just wanted to show you everything that is possible in this part of Brazil. And then on the 27th, we are off. We're going to drive 3 hours to the airport again and fly to Iguazu Falls. So Iguazu Falls is all the way on the other side of the country. It borders Argentina. So we actually will go into Argentina and we will get to see the falls from both sides. So once you arrive, of course, all your transports are included. We're going to get to the Recanto Cataratas Thermal Resort and Convention Hotel. Could they make it a longer name? So here in Iguazu, there's 2 towns. So one is on the Brazil side, which is a massive city. And then one is on the Argentina side, which is a smaller town. And because you're flying in from the Brazil side, it makes sense to stay on the Brazil side of the falls. And because it's Christmas, a lot of the hotels around these dates will have 3 nights minimum, or you have to stay till New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. But there's a number of hotels that we work with that allow us to book whatever dates we need. And this is one of them. So I'm really grateful for them because they are super flexible when others are not. So it's a 4-star hotel. It has all the amenities you need. beautiful pool, great location, a restaurant, even a casino, as the name provides. So the whole idea of coming to Iguazu Falls is seeing the falls. So the first night you arrive, you can rest because we've been traveling. The following day, we're going to see all the highlights on the Brazil side of the falls. So the bird park, going into the national park and seeing all the waterfalls at once at this catwalk, which can only be done on the Brazil side. So it's really worthy to see the falls from both sides. And there's a great little catwalk that juts out into the waterfalls as well. Beautiful sights. And of course we'll have lunch there in the park. And it's much more if the location of the lunch here is outdoors. It's surrounded by a kind of like a preserve for animals, so you might see a capybara or another species here. So it's a fun little place because it's in the park. This is one of the catwalks that juts out. And then on the following day, we're going to cross you into Argentina and see all the falls from the Argentina side. So the Argentina side is like 3 times the size of the waterfalls park. So the tour is much longer. You go by a speedboat. So it's like this. I wouldn't worry about seasickness on this boat because it's no more than 20 minutes. And it's also a speedboat, so it goes fast. You go under the falls, you get wet. It's really exciting, and then you finish the tour and go back to the catwalks. Go on a 4x4 truck. There's lots of walking here. There's lots of catwalks here. It's a very active tour. Argentina side of the falls is definitely my favorite because you get to see and do so much. And then have lunch in the park itself, so you get to taste some Argentinian steaks. And then we'll bring you right over the border back to Brazil and spend your last night in Iguazu Falls. And then December 30th, transfer to the airport, to the Iguazu IGU airport, and you fly home, most likely Iguazu Rio home or Iguazu Sao Paulo home. So let me know what works, what doesn't. It's one of my favorite places in South America. I've been there many, many times. I take groups every year to learn the tango and the samba in Argentina and in Brazil. So what a wonderful part of the world. I'm here to help answer any of your questions, and happy travels.